Hi. Um, this is my first video in a few weeks. Please see my how to have a hobby video. I've been busy, as we all say. And have been having a hard time prioritizing doing things that bring me joy, that do not have any sort of capitalistic productive purpose. But I have found time, I have made time, and now I am making a video. The video that I have chosen to make today, very exciting, is I am going to try to fall in love with myself. I am going to do this is not set up for me to be able to lean back, but my back hurts. Great, good job. Good job. I am not a professional YouTuber. Although, if you'd like, please feel free to like and subscribe. I am going to be going through the list of the 36 questions to fall in love, and asking them of myself. And I think we're going to have an absolute blast. I'm going to do 12 of them now. I'm going to do them in chunks. They are written in chunks. I'm going to do them in chunks. I think that this list originally appeared in the New York Times, but that is behind a paywall. So many thanks to Cosmo and the specific Squarespace site that I found this Cosmo PDF on. And we're going to walk through them. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I haven't looked at the questions. So this is all going to be off the cuff. I've looked at the first one or two as I needed to in order to prep for find the list and whatnot, but I've not prepped any answers or anything. This is my journey. This is the beginning of my journey to fall in love with myself, and maybe you'll fall in love with me too. Is it just an excuse to do a Q&A when you don't have any followers? Maybe. I like talking about myself. Let's see if I can fall in love. Okay. Ooh, where did they? Hey, set number one. So we're doing set number one. This is the full list of 36 questions to fall in love. Set number one. So there's going to be 12 questions. Question number one. Given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest? It doesn't say dead or alive. Because if it's dead or alive, it would be Frida Kahlo. If it's dead or alive, it would also be my grandmother, who I never met. But if it's just anyone currently in the world, it would be all of the people I love. Is that a cop-out? It would be my parents and my sisters and all of my best friends. It would be everyone I love in a room. This is why people have weddings. It would be like a wedding, but not for anyone, because I don't know if you've noticed from the asking questions to fall in love with yourself, I don't know if you could have surmised, extremely single. Yeah, I think it would, if it's dead or alive, it would be Frida Kahlo and my grandmother, which would be an extremely funny table. But if it's just anyone, I think it would just be all the people I love. Those are the people I like the most. We'd play board games. Okay. Question two. Would you like to be famous? In what way? I would like to be impactful. I would like to have an impact on the world around me with the art that I make. I would like to be famous in the way that Anne Bogart and Liliana Blaine Cruz are famous to me. They are people I read about in my college textbooks and continue to just revere. I have their books about them. I go see all of their work. Famous to a college student, maybe? I'd like to make an impact on my industry and on the people who consume my art. I think there's a level of fame that is too much fame. I wouldn't want to be photographed. That's not interesting. It's extremely uninteresting. And I'd want to be, I don't know. I'd want certain people to know my name. I want a Tony. I'd like people who don't know me to read my books. I want to have an impact, but I don't want to be famous. I don't want anyone in any magazine to care about me, unless it's Theater Wing. Does this make me sound like a bad person? Great. Question number 3. Before making a phone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say? Why? Yeah, I think sometimes. I think I rehearse an opening. I think I rehearse a like, hi, I would like to talk to you about something. Or, hello, insurance company, I need help. And it's just to sort of like help myself predict what the conversation is gonna be. But I don't always stick to it. And I don't really go beyond a like opener necessarily. And that's different from, I do the thing in the shower where I like imagine conversations with other people, or like if how this conversation would go or would have gone or whatever, and talk both sides of it, but I don't, not in a like rehearse way. Okay. 4. What would constitute a perfect day for you? I guess it's the point, but these are hard questions, and me not having thought about them is having an impact. But that's also on purpose. What would constitute a perfect day for you? A really good cup of tea, some fresh flowers, if it's flowers season, dinner and board games with the people I love. Wandering a city, seeing some good art, eating something yummy. I think that's probably it. Just all the standard good things. Drinking good tea, eating good food, playing good games, seeing good art, hanging with good people. I think that's probably it. Okay, 5. What did you last sing to yourself, to someone else? Currently in my brain, which makes me think that I just sang it to myself, is Ring of Keys. So I just like sort of like sing to myself while I'm walking around. Last thing I sang to someone else, I think was, I've been babysitting an 8-month-old. She's perfect. And I think that's actually probably why Ring of Keys is stuck in my head, because we have been listening through musicals, and 8 months old is maybe a little late to introduce someone to Fun Home. But so I think that's probably why that's in my brain, is because I listened to Fun Home with her and sang it to her. I think probably the last thing I sang to her though was Taylor Swift. I don't know what. Maybe All Too Well. She likes to be sung to, and I run out of songs, and so then I have to put on some songs and then sing along to them. But the last person I sang to was a baby. Great. 6. Or ASL 6. If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want? Well, I currently don't have the body of a 30-year-old. This is such a funny, presumptuous question about like what a body is, and like what is like a healthy body, and what is a not, the presumption that all 30-year-olds have non-disabled bodies and non-disabled brains. I reject the question. I reject the question, but also probably mind, because I reject the question. Okay. 7. Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die? I have fears about how I will die. I once had a dream that I would die, that I was in my 20s. I got a breast cancer diagnosis, and I couldn't find any of the people I love to talk to about it. Like, I went to my parents' house, and I went to my sister's house, and I went to all my friends' houses, and I like called everyone, and I like couldn't find someone to tell about this news, and it was extremely devastating. And then I woke up, so it was a nightmare. But I don't think I will die of breast cancer because I don't have a family history really of cancer. I have family history of brain stuff and heart stuff. I have family history of like stroke and brain cancer, and family history of brain tumor, which is a cancer, but it was a tumor, whatever. And I have a lot of family history of heart attacks and heart disease and cholesterol and all that great stuff. But I don't have family history of breast cancer. It's just the like 1 in 4 statistic, and the fact that like I do have big bazonkas, that just feels like that would be like an impact on my life. But that's not a hunch, that's just like a fear. I think probably I'll die of heart disease, because that's what we die of in my family. But maybe I'll never die. Great. 8. Name 3 things you and your partner appear to have in common. Oh no, I have broken the game. That's actually later than I thought this game would be broken. Well, we have most things in common. You and me. You is me and me. I don't know how to answer the question. I can't even think of a fun and quirky way to answer the question. Great, moving on. 9. For what in your life do you feel most grateful? I mean, that's, I don't know how to do a most. I feel really grateful for my education. I feel really grateful to have parents who have been present and who love me, and are supportive and accepting of who I am and the work that I make, and what I'd like to do, and who are able to be sort of like companions at this point in our lives. I feel really grateful for my parents. I feel really grateful for my sisters, and the relationships we've been able to cultivate over the last few years as adults. I feel really grateful for my body, because it's a body, and it's a good body, because all bodies are good bodies. And grateful for everything it lets me do, which helps me when I feel mad or mostly mad. Mostly just like angry, but I do feel grateful for it all the time, even as it causes me pain and causes me both physical and emotional heartache, and frustration. It's important to me to feel grateful for my body. I feel grateful for the beautiful cat right there. I love her. I feel grateful for the beautiful city. I feel grateful that I get to make art, that I just like get to entertain the opportunity to make art. I feel grateful for the people in my life. I answered the question too many, but we're gonna keep going. 10. If you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be? Well, this isn't fair, because I'd like have my grandma in my life, but that's not a thing anyone else could have done. For background, because I've mentioned her a couple times, and she's just like very present. My grandma died of a brain tumor when she was 36. And so obviously I didn't meet her and no one met her. My dad was a teenager. So like, that's a big thing I'd change. I just like would want my grandmother in my life. I think you could take the Catholicism out and I would be a better, more self-actualized person. But I don't know. I mean, like, whatever, all of the through suffering and blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're not valorizing trauma. Great, okay. 11. Take 4 minutes and tell your partner your life story in as much detail as possible. I'm not gonna do that because that would make the video too long. But I'll do it in 4 sentences. I was raised in Northern Virginia to 2 heterosexual parents, the middle of 3 girls, with great stability and comfort. I had a lot of challenges, physical and educational. No, maybe that doesn't communicate the thing that I needed to do. I had a lot of health issues, a speech impediment, a learning disability, and the tools to navigate them such that I had an excellent education. I discovered theater in middle school and decided to pursue art and throughout the rest of my life. I went to college in New Hampshire before moving to New York to again pursue the art that I wish to make and become a holistic and impactful artist, integrating my identities into the work I make. I didn't even once mention that I'm queer. Okay, that wasn't very good. I didn't do a good job. 12. If you could wake up tomorrow having gained one quality or ability, what would it be? Well, I think it would be like cool to be able to speak more languages. I think that would be good. I think it would maybe be good if I had the ability to, sorry, the cat was making noise. Maybe I would like be able to make food that I could eat better because of all of my dietary restrictions. Maybe I could just eat the food that I wanted to eat for the dietary restrictions, but that sort of like goes down a like, would you cure your disability thing, which is not what this video is about. Although again, it's come up a couple times. There are themes in my life. Maybe that's what you learned. Maybe this whole thing is just tell your life story in 4 minutes in as much detail as possible. What would I... One quality or ability? I don't know. Is it like asking superpower, or is it asking like true, like a thing you could acquire? I don't know. Maybe I'd be better at like asking for, maybe I'd just be like bolder in my career and like asking for the work I want to do, because I'm maybe not as good at, I know that I'm not as good at that right now as I would like to be, and it's something I'm actively working on. It's like sending the scary emails and being like confident when someone asks me who I am as an artist. And maybe I could talk to Diane. That would be fun. Don't you think that would be fun? She's asleep. I would maybe kill fewer plants, just because I like having pretty plants, and I'm not like bad at, I'm not devastating to plants of all kinds. I just like, it's not a skill I have, but I don't know that that would be like good in general. I don't know. I think I feel pretty good about my like skills and abilities. If we're talking non-supernatural, I feel pretty good about them. Not because I'm like good at everything. I just like have invested in the things I want to be good at. And I'm like working on certain things and like have not defined myself by the things I'm not good at. Maybe I would be able to dance because I can't dance very much, and that seems like it would be fun. Okay, that's it. That was 12. Congratulations. Welcome. Maybe, I hope that you have fallen in love with me over the course of this 20-minute video. We'll see where I'm at by the time we come to the end of the 36 questions, whether I am in love with myself. I don't know. I do think we've come to the conclusion that I am pretty cool. Anyway, this was very fun. It felt self-indulgent, but whatever. That's what this channel is for. Please feel free to answer any of the questions that I asked of you, so maybe I can fall in love with you while you have fallen in love with me. Like and subscribe. I feel like such a poser saying that, but it is the thing that everyone says at the end of a YouTube video. I was listening to Dear Hank and John Green's podcast today, and John said every good YouTube video ends with a call to action. So my call to action, like, subscribe, and comment. Anywho, this was fun. Okay, bye.